Hi there, and welcome to this week's YouTube presentation on all things French. Well, as promised, this week I shall be focusing just briefly on some of the different areas of France to help you decide where you would like to be, what suits you. France is a huge country. It has roughly the same population as the UK, but twice the surface area, so that's actually something worth considering. I think people often forget how big it is, and quite frankly, you're actually spoiled for choice when it comes to area. You can look, anywhere and you'll find beautiful rural parts. It's an old country with a huge amount of history. For example, where we are in the Languedoc-Roussillon is particularly in the Aude department. There are Cathar castles and monuments all over the place, some perched high up on craggy rocks and hills. There are 8th century abbeys and churches all over the place. It really is quite astounding, and one wonders how on earth they managed to build them, quite frankly. Different areas have offer different things. Here we have a wonderful climate. It's sunny most of the time. It's not as expensive as, say, the Côte d'Azur or Provence, but it's probably more expensive than places a little bit further north and possibly on the side near to Switzerland and Germany. The cheapest area of France is the Limousin, which has three departments, the Creuse, the Corrèze, and the Haute-Vienne, of which the Creuse is actually the cheapest of all. Not to say anything wrong with it, though. It's a lovely area, but some beautiful little villages, and you can still get a reasonable bargain there. You know, if you've got 40 or 50,000 euros to spend, you could pick yourself up a house with a little bit of a garden. Going up from there, there's the Charente, which is lovely, not terribly mountainous or hilly, but still beautiful. And the Dordogne has long been popular with us Brits. So if you're looking for an area with a good expat community, that's still worth looking at. It's not the cheapest, but neither is it the most expensive. Coming down a bit further, you've got Bordeaux on the west coast, which offers it's a beautiful town actually. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the area around there, of course, is vineyards. It's a wonderful location. Just coming further south from there, southeast, you come into the Midi-Pyrénées, which is where my first house was. This is the largest area of France, consisting of 8 departments. It's very beautiful, hilly, green, lots of trees, very rural, but some beautiful villages, which are often called actually Bastides, which is an ancient form of town planning. They're kind of circular. Then, coming further south, you have the Languedoc-Roussillon, which is where we are, which actually is my favourite. It has a Mediterranean climate, which is immediately noticeable. When you come past Toulouse, you see the landscape change. You see the terracotta rooftops, the plane trees, the beautiful colours, and it gets more hilly and mountainous as you reach towards the Pyrenees. You've got Provence and the Côte d'Azur, which, aside from Paris, are the most expensive areas of France. Beautiful, and if your budget allows it, go and have a look. Again, there's some wonderful, wonderful villages there. So really, as I say, you're quite sport for choice. Your best bet, I would say, is before you go there, get yourself a copy of my France Buying Guide. I've covered a little bit about each area with some hot tips for you. But make several trips. Don't think you can just go once and find your dream house. We must have gone, well, I had a house anyway, but we must have gone 4 or 5 times until we finally found the right place and the right house. So don't stint yourself on time. Go and have a look 3 or 4 times perhaps. Pick perhaps 2 or 3 different areas and compare. You'll have a wonderful time, even if you don't find anywhere on the first occasion. So that's it for this week. Please keep your comments and suggestions coming. I love to hear from you. I read every one, and I would love to cover any topic that you would like to hear, so just let me know. So until the next time, I wish you a bonne santé, good health, and what can I say but vive la France?